I'm your host, Jamal Calpin. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're protecting your mental. Hopefully you're finding time for an emotional release valve, and hopefully you're striving to become beneficial. Uh, I'm outside today, and I'm grateful for it. It's actually nice right now. It was raining not too long ago, but it has stopped, and I'm grateful because I wouldn't want to be sitting outside in the rain. And hopefully y'all can hear me well. Uh, Ideas are dangerous. Ideas can be very, very dangerous. And it only takes the right idea with the wrong people, matched with the wrong beliefs and the wrong behavior to cause a whole lot of trouble and a whole lot of problems. So, two of my favorite movies are The Matrix and Inception. I'm a fan of the original. I'm a fan of all the Matrixes. Actually, I enjoy all the movies and all the side stuff, all the things. I enjoy that whole franchise, and I also really, really enjoy the movie Inception. It's something about that movie that is just captivating to me, and I can sit down and watch it over and over and over and over again. And what what makes me want to talk about this subject in regards to ideas is a scripture that is really near and dear to my heart, and that has helped me navigate a lot of mental health issues in my life. And so the scripture is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 3 through 6. And they read, and this is the English Standard Version: "For though we walk in the flesh, we are not waging war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete." I really like it a lot more in the King James Version, because it says, we take every imagination. So every idea, all the creative things that come into our mind, we have to take those things captive. And that's so important, particularly when it comes to our emotional and mental health, is because the wrong idea at the wrong time could have huge, huge impact. And when I talk about the movie Inception, the whole thing about the movie is that they can go into your dreams and they can plant ideas that can change the trajectory of your whole life. And the whole major mission for the majority of the movie was trying to get into this, I think it was the CEO or whatever, but his father, the main character or whatever, his father owned this business, and they needed to go into his son's thoughts to get him to convince him to sell the business or something like that. And so it was a big deal, it was a big deal. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Again, I'm outside, so drama. But the whole idea, the concept behind the movie is they had to get in, go deep, 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 deep levels into, I think 4 levels down, into his subconscious dream state mind to plant this idea. And this idea can change the whole world. If they didn't do this thing, it could be a whole catastrophic situation or issue. And again, that's so fascinating to me, because all it takes is an idea. All it takes is an idea to change the world. And we have seen it in so many different facets throughout the world. In this country, racism is an idea. Misogyny is an idea. Misogynoir is an idea. Classism is an idea. There are ideas that have been planted and that exist and that sustain this society for the bad. And yeah, there can be some good ideas too. But the point is, an idea, an imagination, and a thought can be very, very, very dangerous. And if we're not careful about the ideas that we let sit into our own minds, we can end up in a bad place. And so, like I mentioned, me and my struggle with my own mental health, there are some days, if I'm being honest, that I really, really have to fight the ideas that sit in my head, the ideas that I let rest in my heart. And I understand that like a lot of those ideas don't come from me. If I'm being honest, I think they come from the enemy. I think there's spiritual warfare in our minds daily. And it can be self-destructive. It can be to go spend money that you don't have. It could be to eat something you know you shouldn't eat. These ideas come into our head and come into our mental home and our mental space, and we have to fight them off. And if we don't, it can cause a lot of problems. And for me, like wrestling with depression, wrestling with anxiety, wrestling with low self-esteem, fear, all these things that have impacted my life, all started with an idea. An idea very often that's not founded in truth. It may be founded in facts. It may be founded in facts. So what I mean about that, I believe there's a difference between facts and truth. So right now, a fact is I'm outside. But this fact can change. As soon as I'm done this live, I'm going back inside. But currently, I'm outside. Currently, the grass is green. Currently, it is not raining. Currently, it's cloudy. But facts change. And so you may have some ideas and thoughts that come to your mind that may be based off of facts. So it might be like, well, you made a bad decision. So currently in this moment, you must be a bad guy, or you must be a bad person. That could be a fact. If you just flipped off somebody and cut off somebody on the road, in that moment, yeah, you might just be a jerk. Does that have to be true? Does that have to be long-standing, constant in your existence? No. It may be a fact, though, that right now your behavior is not the best. And the thing is, if we let ideas that may be based off of temporary facts define us, we're getting in a really, really dangerous place. Because those ideas, those thoughts turn into beliefs. And beliefs are more long-standing and more deeply rooted. Beliefs really are like strongholds. And the scripture I mentioned is verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. Strongholds are deeper and more rooted and secure in our mental capacity. So you may have certain beliefs about things that are hard to uproot or hard to challenge compared to facts. Again, like, oh, it's cloudy right now. Somebody could challenge that if they wanted to, because maybe they're somewhere else and the sun is shining or whatever, right? Or maybe where they are, it's raining. So facts can be more easily challenged and disputed. But beliefs, that's hard work. If you take anybody in their religious or spiritual beliefs, that's hard work. That's hard work. If you want to talk to somebody about their political beliefs, that's hard work. Even people and even people when they talk about their sports teams and the faithfulness and support that they have towards their sports teams, that's a belief. Even though their team could have been trashed the whole season, there might be a little piece of belief there. It's like, oh no, it's going to turn around, or we're gonna go to the championship or whatever. That's a belief. That's deeply rooted. And the thing is, if you start with bad ideas, those will turn into bad beliefs, and you want to be in a bad place. So you might start with, well, yeah, I mean, that situation, I was kind of being a jerk. Well, that thought creeps in. You have a little bit of inception, and that joint starts sitting there and festering and growing, and now you got a belief. And your belief is that you're a jerk, that you're an a-hole. That's who you are. That's who your character is. And now, based off of that belief, your actions change, your behavior changes, and now you start acting like a jerk constantly everywhere you go. And that's the danger. That's the danger when these ideas take root and germinate inside of our soul, because they will lead to beliefs and they will lead to bad behaviors. And we have to be careful of that, because there are many, many ideas that exist in this world that are dangerous, and a lot of them tied to our mental health and to our emotional well-being. And we have to be on guard about that. We got to be on guard about the ideas that we're listening to every single day. The ones that we tell ourselves, the ones that we hear on YouTube or online, the ones that we hear other people say about us or about whatever. We have to be careful of those ideas that come into us. Because, like, idea that I wrestle with, and even though it might be a fact that, I've messed up and I've failed in various areas of my life. That may be a fact. It may be a fact, and it may be a reality that I have not done everything that I was supposed to do in various circumstances. But that does not mean it has to be truth. It does not mean it has to be a constant in my life. Just because you have failed at something doesn't necessarily make you a failure. Doesn't make that's who you are. That doesn't have to define your behavior. It doesn't have to define your beliefs. It doesn't have to something's attacking me. It doesn't mean that you have to be all of that, you know? But if we're not careful, that thought, that idea will sit. And if you let it sit long enough, it'll plant roots. And sometimes those roots will grow deep. And the deeper they grow, those things turn into a stronghold, they turn into a belief, the harder it is to take it out, to uproot it. Ideas are a beautiful and a wonderful thing, but they're also very, very dangerous, especially if it's the wrong ideas, especially if they are ideas that don't line up with good values. They're ideas that don't help you to become a better man, ideas that don't help you to live out your purpose, ideas that don't help you to live for glory and for the good of other people. We have to challenge and check the ideas that come in and out of our ear gates, our eye gates. We have to be careful, because if the wrong thing takes root in us, it will be devastating. Because all it takes is one idea. Like I mentioned, racism is an idea. Classism is an idea. Misogyny is an idea. There are a lot of things that started from an idea, that became a belief, that became a system. All the system is actions. Things put in place for things to run a certain way. But they all started with an idea. And so you have to be careful, black man. Be careful. What ideas are you listening to? What things are you letting take root inside of you? Check those beliefs. Check your actions. Check those ideas. Check those thoughts. Because the wrong stuff can mess you up big time. But black man, I believe in you. You're called for greatness. You're here for a purpose, to live for God's glory and for the good of other people. Continue to strive to become beneficial. Protect your mental. Find time for an emotional release valve and keep striving to become beneficial. I believe in you. Go make something for yourself, of yourself, and for glory and for good. Talk to y'all later. Peace.